Hi, I'm David, and welcome to Creators Corner. If you've come here from one of the encounter videos, you've just watched what I would call a dramatized encounter with what's labeled a historical persona. I'll explain what that means shortly. This series is basically where I step back and show you how those encounters are made, where they come from, how they're shaped, and what I notice as I interact with the persona. What is a persona? You'll hear me use that word quite a lot, so it's worth pausing for a moment and describing it. It's not a script, it's not a pre programmed system with presets in terms of how it responds. It's what I like to call a historically grounded conversational model. I'll show you in a second what that looks like. Shaped by real places, family context, working conditions, and a specific point in time. So rather than talking about it, let's switch over to the interface and I'll show you what it looks like. So here we are, the chat interface. In this case with William Price, who is the character that we've been interacting with for the purposes of some of our encounters. An encounter, the dramatized version of it, starts here with a chat interface to the persona system. And it's as simple as good day to you, sir. I typically use language that would be appropriate for the period in which the character we're working with would be familiar with. And we get a response. You've caught me at a quiet hour. What brings you to call? And I respond. Let's say, I'm down from London way. I've lost my bearings. Where exactly am I? And we get a response back. I'm not going to go into all the details there, except that I now know where I am. But this is what the chat interface with a persona looks like. Now, we've fed family details and work details and residence details into the persona. What comes back when you have a conversation? I don't know what's going to come back. And my job is to push the boundaries, test the authenticity of the responses, and try to understand whether they're plausible or not. So it's actually forced me to dig down into history a lot more because I get a response. I'm going, oh, is that right? Is that true? And I have to go and do a bit of research to figure out whether it's right or not. And over time, the characters are getting more and more plausible. So it's been a really interesting way to listen to history and get a feeling for history. So basically, we're going to have two series on the channel at the moment. We have the dramatized version, and then we have the over-the-shoulder version. So you've got two ways of consuming information. If you like the drama, you go down that, and if you want to see the how it emerged and what the conversation was like and what my thinking around it is, you'll get this version of it. So hope to see you out there.